East Tennessee State 35-33 with 3:56 to go in the first half. New attendance record for East Tennessee State, 12,240. That breaks the old record by about 12 or 1,300. It's quite a crowd. I think there's more people than that in here. Gugliotta forces himself to be open, and the rebound comes to Major Gear after the miss. Michael Woods in the ball game now for East Tennessee.
North Carolina State showing the zone, and Mr. Jennings, of course, still sitting on the bench. He probably might not be back in with the 2 fouls. He might not be back in until after the half.
2 on Jennings, 2 on Talford, 1 on West, 1 on Gear for East Tennessee, and really only a couple of fouls against NC State. They have 5. Michael Woods. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Rodney English stripped of the ball. Good job defensively by the Wolfpack.
Chris Corciani just got in the middle lane when the ball was in the opposite wing. It was a 3-2 defense, Randy. They're really giving the inside to East Tennessee State because they're covering up the perimeter.
Monroe short. Rebound Alvin West. East Tennessee with a 2-point lead. Now they're pulling out a little bit, putting some pressure on near the half-court stripe.
In both timeouts, the previous timeouts, every trip on a timeout, Les Robinson switches from zone to man or man to zone.
Gear is open. Swish at Major Gear with his 3rd three-pointer of the game.
But that was not an uncontested shot. He hit the shot that time with a man right up in his face.
Corciani answers for 3. And it's a 2-point Buccaneer lead.
Well, Chris Corciani's another player you got to respect because he's hitting almost 50% from that 3-point circle.
Some impressive stats for Mr. Jennings, who, by the way, is not in the game.
Nice pass.
Mr. Layup by Rodney English.
That's a good pass inside. You got to do that with them with the 3-man front defensively. You got to score down low in the post.
Gugliotta drives the baseline, stepped out of bounds. Give it back to East Tennessee. We were talking about Keith Jennings hits 82% from the 3-point line. That is unbelievable.
It is unbelievable, especially the other stats. You're going to see Gugliotta and Bagali. They're going to have to find out where the lines are painted right here in Johnson City. That's pretty good defense. So Marty Story forced him to the block, and he was able to get the turnover.
East Tennessee, no call, and the layup by Marty Story gives the Buccaneers their biggest lead of the ball game. It's 6. Corciani, he's hammered and fouled by Alvin West, and Corciani a bit shaken up. West fouled him, but Marty Story got a piece of him too.
He took the ball right to the hole. He's going to draw a lot of attention. Look here, 3 players, 6 arms, and Alvin West got the foul, but he draws a lot of attention on the penetration. Oh, actually, look at that. Marty Story comes in and pushes West into Corciani.
One thing about East Tennessee, they are aggressive. They're small, but they're quick, and they're aggressive.
Well, that's another point I want to make about Alan DeForest's coaching. The one thing that's changed for the Buccaneers is Alan DeForest has really brought some defensive intensity to the Buccaneer program. They were already good, Randy. They were a very solid team that Alan DeForest helped build, but he has brought to this program a real strong intensity on the defensive end.
Corciani hits a pair, and it's a 4-point ball game. East Tennessee ranked 20th in the country this week. They win here, they could move up a couple of spots. And they've been in the top 25 for, what, 3 weeks now.
They're a legitimate program, legitimate team. And you got to remember, watch them. They're doing most of this with 6'4" and under players.
Inside, Rodney English tapped away, stolen by NC State. Here's Rodney Monroe. Too hot to handle for Kevin Thompson from Rodney Monroe. The turnover gives it back to the Buccaneers.
That's a great pass. He's got to catch the ball. He's got to catch that one. Kevin Thompson, 6'9" sophomore from Winston-Salem, played with Bryant Fagans at the same high school, Glenn High School in Winston-Salem. How'd you like to have been coaching those two?
45 seconds left in the ball game. There's about a An 11-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. So NC State will get another possession.
They're going to use clock, though. They're going to bring it down. They're going to ensure the fact that they're going to have the lead going into half. You got to remember, too, the mister is still on the big.
Rodney English buries a baseline jumper. 19 seconds. Monroe into the lane. And the foul on Marty Story of East Tennessee State.
I love the way to see these teams are covering up the perimeter. You're going to see the reach in right there, but see the foul. Look at the players that come to the penetrating guard. Corciani drew 3 players, and now Monroe taking the ball to the hole draws 3 players again. That's the defensive philosophy of a coach like Alan LaForce.
Coming up at halftime, we'll have some stats, highlights of the first half of this tremendous basketball game. We'll also be talking with Jimmy Wilder from the Southern Conference. Monroe makes the first of 2. It's a 5-point game with 16 seconds left in the half.
You're looking into the eyes, Rodney Monroe, of a first-round draft pick, Randy. This kid can shoot, and he will not cease to play after he graduates at North Carolina State.
He makes both. 13 seconds, 4-point lead for East Tennessee. They are going to have the lead at halftime. Keith Jennings.
Nice pass.
To English. Missed it. Kept alive by Story. Rebound Corciani. His 50-footer is short. And at halftime, the Buccaneers of East Tennessee have a 4-point advantage over NC State's Wolfpack. Bucs by 4 at intermission. And we'll be back to Johnson City, Tennessee in just a moment.
Stop it and see us at Jim's Tri-City Appliance.